Davida Stampin' Spot. It's time for another project. And today I thought since I'm using the sweet pea, I would wear a matching green color with it today. Not really sure whether it's Shy Shamrock or Summer Splash, but it's in there somewhere, kind of matches. Let me flip the camera around. I have a Funfold for you today. All right. So I'm using, I know, once again, Spotlight on Nature, the circles. If you don't have these yet, you need to get them. Look at those. There are so many options. There's 12 of them. They are absolutely gorgeous. And if you like flowers at all and a butterfly, do the bundle. It's a really good deal. And oh my gosh, I just love it. So those are the circles. So I used I was playing around, looks like I cut out too many. So I used two that have the line dot pattern. Guess you can see it better that way. And then this one here just looks like you've scored and made slash marks on it. Let's see if I can get it up close enough. Nope, it's not gonna work. There you go, you can kind of see it. There's the rim, now you can see it. All right, then I have a piece of white that's 2.5 by 5 1/4. So you know it's gonna go this way on the card. Then I have a piece of designer series paper that is Shy Shamrock, the same size, so 2.5 by 5 1/4. I have two pieces of designer series paper that are 1 by 5 1/4, and you're going to need two of those. And then I have this piece that's 4.5 by 5 1/4. Now you'll notice that this is the back of this paper. So I did 4 inches, and so I cut it at 5 1/4 on one side. And then I did my 4, and then the 2-inch piece that was left, because this was a 6 by 6 piece, I cut there. So then I've got a piece that's 3/4 of an inch that was left over. And then my card base is 5.5 by 11. So this is unusual. So you're only going to get one out of a sheet of cardstock. Okay. 5 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 4 1/4, 7, and 9 3/4. Okay. All right, so to make my card base, we're going to start at the piece that's near the 4. This is the 4 1/4. So we're going to score it that way, and then we're going to accordion fold them back like that. Grab my bone folder, give it nice creases here. You want your card to lay flat, and if it isn't laying flat, then you've probably got a score line that has not been burnished really well. So I would encourage you to go back and burnish all your score lines. All right, there we go. So as you can see, it's going to open like this. I thought I did it wrong. Ooh. All right, we're going to start with the designer series paper today. Usually I start with stamping. We're going to start with the DSP this time. So we're going to put the 1-inch pieces that are 1 by 5 1/4 are going to go right here. Now I told you to cut this at 4, and then you have a 2-inch piece that you split in half. Think about what direction you want your stripes to go. These flowers or the leaves and stuff, it doesn't really matter, but your stripes will make a difference whether you want them going up and down or across. So keep that in mind when you make that cut. All right, so these are easy to do. I'm putting them on the 2 flaps. And there we go. And then the big piece that's 4 by 5 1/4 is going to go right here. This is a card that doesn't have a lot of space for you to write. So if you're wanting to send a really cool card to someone, but you know you're not going to have a lot to say, this would be an awesome template to use. All right, there we go. Then this piece is 2.5 by 5 1/4. It's the same size as the white. We're going to put the designer series paper here, and then the white is going to go on that piece. So I have the choice of this pattern or the circles. I think I'm going to go with this pattern here. Since I have stripes, I don't think I want circles next to it. I'm going to do this pattern instead. All right. So there's your pattern paper. So it's going to open like that. Isn't that fun? Just something a little different. All right, now we're going back to those sweet peas. This time I'm going to use this one here, this one here, and this one here, because I'm going to do a happy birthday one. All right. Using my black Memento ink, I'm going to put the biggest bunch of peas on the biggest circle. They did such a nice job designing these stamps. They just stamp so nicely. All right. I say that and then I'm always worried I'm going to do something and make it look like it doesn't do a good job. All right, there we go. Got a little score line there. I must have had something on the edge when I ran that paper through my die machine. All right, now for coloring. I know some of you are going, seriously, Davida, you color all the time. You're right. If I could, I would. I love to color. To me, it's calming. Do you like to color? It seems like people either love it or they hate it. Doesn't seem like there's common ground. Or, people that don't. It doesn't really matter to them. All right. One of the stamps in here says, hello, Grumpy. All right, tell me, who would you send that card to? Who would you be brave enough to send a card that says, hello, Grumpy? I don't know. Kent and I talked about it. I'm not sure I would be brave enough to send that to someone. Because if they're being grumpy, I'm not sure I want to remind them of it. Again, using Stampin' Up's marks to add some depth to my coloring. All right, so that's the light Shy Shamrock. Now I'm going to use the dark to color the outside. These are really cute. When Angel told me that she had earned a free stamp set, that this was the one she wanted. At first I was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, would that be a hard set to use? But I'm finding it's a lot easier, and I have to admit it kind of makes me smile when I use it. So I'm glad Angel brought it to my attention. All right. Coloring the outside of our peas here. If you wanted your outside to be darker, just go over your coloring again, because every time you go over it, just like when you color normally, it makes it darker. I think this one's cute. Oops. And okay, then all I need to do is decorate the little hats. And let's see. Oh, and I need, yeah, I guess just the little hats. Maybe we'll go with, I didn't think about the hat. I kind of forgot. Let's see. I guess we'll go with peach pie. How's that sound? We'll give them a nice light colored hat. You want to spend a lot of time, you could color each stripe a different color, but that would take a little while. All right, so now for the fun part, we're going to put this together. So your big piece is going to go on the big piece, so like that. Then we want it to go kind of in a diagonal. So then we're going to put the medium-sized piece there, and the small piece is going to go up there. Isn't that fun? So cute. Now always remember when you're doing, make sure I get this right, something like this and you want your circle to hang over the edge, you only want to do glue on half of it. Otherwise, you're going to stick your card together and you don't want that. All right, so there's the first one. And I like to kind of balance everything out. So I'm going to do the first one and the third one, and then do the one in between. Kind of wish I'd have stamped my P's over just a little bit farther here so they show up just a little bit better. But I guess that will entice people to open up the card, right? They'll have to open it up to see what's going on that piece. All right, so we'll space this out. There we go. And then we have one more piece here, and this is where your greeting is going to go. I forgot to get it out, so I'm going to grab it real quick. It says happy birthday. And I'm going to stamp it in the dry. Worked out perfect that one of our in colors this year is the Shamrock with this piece set. But I'm sure Stampin' Up thought of that. I'm sure that wasn't an accident. They think all those kind of things through for us, so we don't have to think hard. And then I thought this was still kind of plain. In this set, there's this little leaf, and I thought it would be cute to add. Grab a block there. All right, here we go. There, I'll add that in right there. And then, I don't know, I'll probably, oh, I remember now. If you take the Coastal Cabana watercolor pencil and Garden Green and mix them together, it looks good with the Shamrock. So there's the Coastal Cabana. And then I'm going to go over the top of it with the Garden Green. And I think that looks really nice with the Shamrock. All right, then we're going to add that into this last piece. Now, if you wanted to send this to someone and you wanted to write a lot to them, the other thing you could do is you could put a piece of white cardstock on the back. Got it just a tad crooked. That's why I like our liquid glue. Gives me a chance to fix it. You could put a piece back here and write a lot if you wanted to do more than just what goes right there. All right, so there's my fun fold today. Hope you like it. I think it's a really fun. The P's just make me smile. I have to admit, I never would have thought about designing a P stamp set, but it's pretty cute, don't you think? All right, well, if you use this fun fold idea or you use the P's, I would love to see what you create. And if you're afraid to post it below on my video here, just email it to me or a personal message on Facebook or text it to me. I'd love to see what you're creating. Hope this inspires you. Have a great day.